Hey, what's going on, guys? How are your meatballs? This is your full Elite Solo Season 4 Outbreak Operation Excision Easter egg guide for Cold War zombies. It includes all portal spawn locations and pets, this way you know where each one is and don't fail, either prolonging your game and making the Easter egg way harder, or even making you want to restart. Unlike many other guides, this guide includes those locations, both on cheat sheets and in gameplay. On the note, my 1-minute Easter egg recap guide will also be uploaded very shortly. I'd also like to note that this guide assumes that all your stuff is indeed upgraded to tier 5. Now, as for weaponry, I'd recommend that you run the Street Sweeper shotgun. If you don't have the Street Sweeper though, then run the Gallo, but I do recommend the Street Sweeper, and my class for it is on screen now. Get this at least purple and double pack-a-punch, preferably triple pack-a-punch and gold, by utilizing everything within the map. So that includes the ether crystals, the chest, the dragons, all that stuff. You will easily be able to get that gun to gold, and triple pack-a-punch, considering there's no debts involved, you should be good to go. But if not, again, no big deal. Triple path or double path and purple should still do the job. Moving forward, pair this weapon with the Ether Shroud field upgrade, which upgraded to tier 5 would give you 2 charges. So this is important, but if you don't have it, I mean, it is what it is, right? At this point though, screenshot these images on your screen now, which will tell you the locations not only for the stuff for this Easter egg, but also for everything needed for the first Outbreak Easter egg from Season 3, and are located down below in the description on my website. Especially after more Outbreak maps launch, just like Zoo did with this season's release, the items needed for each Easter egg will also be added to the new map. So it would be wise to save the link in the description in order to locate anything and everything you may need for each map, with the updated maps and graphics as more content flows into Outbreak and anything in Cold War Zombies that I may throw at that link, maybe for even Maured or Toten. Jumping into the Easter egg now, you must first get to wave 3 and locate the red orb on your map. All the locations for each red orb and the path you need to take for them are on your screen now. I will also try to upload these on my website in short video form, just in case you need a reference or there are more maps added to Outbreak at a future point in time. Anyways, you want to jump into this red orb and then immediately deploy your parachute as soon as you exit the warping animation. Your job is to fly through all 4 portals in one go without fail. If you miss a red portal, you will most likely have to go to the next map to redo the step, but you do have plenty of time to reach each portal as you are in the air. But if you do miss one, that's when the time limit will actually come into play. You will not have enough time to make up for your error. That's why, unlike most guides, this one includes all the portals for each map for your convenience and the routes you need to take, so you can just pause your game and prepare for the next spot you have to fly to. Not much work required on your part. And this is just because it's super hard sometimes to spot some of these on the map with a different lighting and then fly to it within the given amount of time and be successful with it. You either need to be really coordinated and really quick to see it for the first time and do it, or you gotta know where you're going, and that's the point of this video, to show you where you are going. Now, once you head through the final portal, out will pop the beacon listening device as you respawn, and it'll go flying through the air. Follow that son of a bitch to the location that it drops in, which will also be marked with a yellow mystery box like light, and pick up the device. Now, complete your map's main objective and then select respond at the beacon before warping, just like you did in Outbreak Easter egg number 1. The next map that you warp to will always be Sanatorium after responding. Now, once in Sanatorium, head to the carved hills and come into close proximity of the crashed plane. Under your minimap, you'll notice that the objective will change to securing the area. Just keep killing zombies until it allows you to interact with the radio hanging off the plane. You will have to wait for quotes and interact with it a total of 2 times. Once you've done that, you can now check the 3 locations on the Sanatorium cheat sheet that I provided both at the beginning of the video and it's also on your screen now, and it's even on my website, for the red orb location. Your job is to shoot that orb towards the bridge on the map. So know your position relative to the bridge and shoot the orb in the direction of the bridge. You'll have to follow the orb as it moves and keep shooting it, which will eventually lead you to the rover located at the end of the bridge. Next, just head to one of the 2 inactive box locations on the map. At one of the total 3 locations, you'll be able to interact with the rabbit toy, but of course it will only be at one of the inactive, so one of the 2 inactive ones on the map. This will start a mini defense in which you'll have to clear out all the zombies and mini bosses. Once done, you'll be able to interact with the bunny again to pick it up and get some loot. It will not be a regular item though. Instead, it will be more similar to the ether canisters from one of the main Outbreak objectives, slowing you down and staying on your back. You will also have the opportunity to utilize it as a field upgrade ability if you get in a bad situation. Anyways, take this bunny right to the rover on the bridge and interact with it. Wait a few seconds, and then you'll also be able to interact with the radio on the floor right in front of the rover. Wait another few seconds, and then you'll be able to activate the Ethereum neutralizer on the left side of the rover, creating a protected Outbreak zone bubble and making the rover move. Stay within the bubble to avoid damage and try as hard as you can to not die, as you'll really screw stuff over if you do. Trust me, I've done it way more times than I care to admit. Now just take full advantage of Deadshot and your weaponry, of course, that's really good, and utilize the full area of that bubble. Aside from protecting yourself, you must of course also be heads up and defend the rover, as if it breaks, you will fail, although it is very hard for that to happen. Eventually, the rover will hit the endpoint, giving you full access to a new area. Run up these stairs, up the zipline, interact with this radio next to the ladder. Now jump down to the exfil area. Once the radio quote's complete, the exfil area will be marked, and be ready to kill ORDA. It is highly recommended that you have both Ether Shroud activations available to you at this time, of course only if it's tier 5, and if you do, you can literally kill ORDA within both activations of it with the Street Sweeper. Try to shoot at him as much as possible beforehand, and then when you're ready, activate the Shroud and get as close to him as possible. All you gotta do is keep spraying into into him, and you'll notice that he'll get shredded super quickly. Be very careful though and keep track of the shroud, because in the words of Mr. Juice, if you don't, he could shred your cheeks, turning you of course into a pancake because he'll just swap you right away. Anyways, you may use zombies to recharge your field upgrade if need be, but if not, just focus on ORDA and the Easter egg will be complete once you have killed them and you board the chopper, just like a traditional exfil. Go follow on Twitch for daily zombies live streams, subscribe to the channel for more elite gods like this, and take care of your meatballs.
I've been wishing for some better days.